That was May 7th. It was a little after 6 o'clock, and the gentleman and his wife came rolling down San Fernando Road.
From what I understand, he was the second vehicle right here. Piero and Nathan were right here, and I was right here.
So she rolled down her window and was hollering,
"You guys are all assholes. Remember September 11th? And I responded to her saying, "Why do you think we're here? We don't want another 3,000 people to die." She stops screaming and points at me and flips me off and says, "You're a fucking asshole." And I responded to her and being a smartass, and I said, "Thank you, you figured out that I have one."
And he took his Range Rover,
fishtails his car,
and parked right into that intersection right here, which is that lane right there.
He and his wife both got out of the car, and he started past me.
And approached my friend Piero, assumed that he said something about his wife.
"Did you tell my wife to kiss your ass?"
He decided to get in my friend's face and try to start something.
So I said, "You know what, whatever, thank you, sir, have a nice day."
And he swung at Piero
and hit me in the face. I decided not to fight with the man.
Bill and I started to get in and basically try to separate him from Piero, but then he started going after Bill.
And my son, standing there with two things, said, "Oh, wait, what are you doing?"
And the guy said, "Oh, you too?"
And he hit me in the face.
Pow! And I saw my son fly through the air and land on his back on the floor, and the signs went flying.
And I split my head open.
I couldn't even move. I was just paralyzed. I couldn't believe it. As I started over there, I was just afraid that that Bill was really badly hurt.
Next thing I remember, waking up and looking at him, and he's taking our signs and throwing them in the street. And other people that were not even part of our group were coming and actually tug-of-warring with him over the signs.
Bill was starting to sit up, and the guy was going to hit him some more, and Nathan pulled him back, and then I tried to stop him, and he just kept shoving me and pushing me, and then Nathan really then tried to hold on to him.
His wife at this point gets out of the car, tried to get him to come back and take off.
Bill got up, ran to the man's SUV.
Bill got into the passenger seat,
started screaming, "People, call the cops. We're not leaving the SUV until the cops get here."
I'm very peaceful, and I try to do things in a peaceful manner, doing nonviolent where you just sit in a car.
So that the person wouldn't drive away.
So he won't leave. That's when the second beating occurred.
Bill kept saying, "I'm a peaceful man, stop hitting me."
Ripped his shirt, put 1-inch nail marks in the back of his neck, and a 2-inch cut in the back of his head.
I went over there and tried to basically get him off of Bill so that he wouldn't injure him even more.
So the cops finally got here, and the man stopped and acted like nothing happened. The cops treated him like he was a king.
I asked the police officer for a citizen's arrest on the guy, and he in turn citizen's arrested me. And unfortunately, one kid was a minor, and they actually took him away in cuffs. He was a month away from graduating, never arrested in his life. And not to arrest that guy who assaulted me, and they arrested Nathan, when what he did was save me from getting hit even further from that guy.
So I was put in the back of a police car and taken up to the Burbank Police Department,
And I kept saying to them, "Well, why are you arresting him?" And they said, "Because the man had put a citizen's arrest on him."
I just thought injustice was done that night by the police department.
It could have killed him or paralyzed him. They kept telling me it was a minor incident. Even the paper said that.
They completely twisted the whole entire story.
The two articles in two different papers, there was
just
one.
A little tussle.
It was just a little tussle. It never implied anything negative to him.
They were really trying to sweep it under the carpet, the way I see it, because we weren't big names, we don't have a lot of money. My attorney went to get the police report, and they wouldn't give him the police report, so.
The city attorney's office and the police knew Buchanan because he's a big shot and he supports them.
Hi, is Mr. Tim Buchanan?
No, not right now. He's not available.
I mean, I pay my taxes, but I don't give them $100 plate dinner things.
We can't schedule a meeting with him, or?
Not at the moment. He's not really interested.
The attorney for him was once a mayor of Burbank, and he goes over in the court, and he's buddy-buddy with everybody there.
Now we're fighting in court to hopefully bring real justice to the man.
And hopefully I'll get my medical expenses paid. It's now over $3,000 because I do not have insurance.
Count 2, misdemeanor, fighting in public, Mr. Mahuna, do you understand all of your rights on the advisement and waiver form?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead that misdemeanor
No
charge?
contest.
I'll accept a no contest plea. I'll find you guilty of the offense. Do not annoy, harass, or molest anyone involved in this case, or threaten anyone, or use force or violence against anyone.
I was really surprised that they ordered him to get anger management and a $900 fine to the city and all our medical expenses.
I'm really, really thankful that the city did the right thing.
All charges were dropped on the kid and on me. The attention you guys gave them, probably one of the biggest factors.
The city attorney and Vince Stefano, Behunen's attorney, they came in and they saw you guys sitting there taping. He looked aghast, but I thought, good, they're going to have to do better if they're going to be on tape. They went into the judge, and that's when it came down that Behunen's attorney had convinced the city attorney that he wouldn't go for it to be on tape.
There was no more arrogance. It was more of a desperation, I'm very happy and very shocked and surprised, so it's a very good day.
I think I'm even more socially conscious now than I was before this incident.
That is true. I'm a middle-class kid from Burbank. What do I have in common with the people of the Middle East or from around the world? And I think it's more or less a love of justice and peace. The week after it happened, all these people came from every different vigil. So we had this huge peace vigil then the next week out of solidarity from what happened.
And it was amazing to me to see how less aggressive people were when there were more of us.
Justice can be achieved, but it's patience and perseverance.
Truth has always been the first victim of war.
You've got to do your part.
So then people have to look for it. They have to work for it.
I don't know if raise enough hell is an appropriate term, but...
And I'm still going to be out there on the corner trying.
Got to have a pessimistic mind, but an optimistic will.
I'm hoping and praying that someday, very soon, in the very, very soon, that people will wake up and become the kind of people they should be. Now, would you like a piece of pie?
Sure.
And a glass of milk?
Oh, that'd be wonderful.